What's up, everybody? I'm Jesse Ziegler again.
And I'm Quinn Cody.
And we're back. Cycle News Studio for day 3, ISDE, Italy.
Yes.
And it's exciting and confusing.
Yes, day 3. It was pretty, I would say, difficult to follow what's happening, but same result in the overall individual as yesterday.
Yeah, but tighter racing than we saw the day before,
Yes.
where Garcia just went out and won every test and dominated the world yesterday. Today he had more competition from Verona, the runner-up, in the overall classification, and Verona actually put it to him today in a couple of the tests. And man, the top competition is really tight. I think it was what was the gap today between those two guys?
So it looks like Verona was able to keep it to only 8 seconds. So Josep Garcia won 4 of 6 tests, and then Verona won special test 2, and then finished 3rd on test 4.
Wow.
So he was able to keep it within 8 seconds, which it wasn't the dominating performance that we saw from Garcia yesterday, but still pretty amazing to get through, 6 specials and, dominate the entire world.
Yeah. And again, today was all new track, all new tests, some off-road, new transfer sections we heard about. And only 2 of the tests they repeated today. So the test didn't get quite as broken in as we've seen these tests in day 2 for sure. And even at the end of day 1, the lines were forming really well. So today I think more people had to ride more virgin terrain, and it was sort of like that grass track stuff, a bunch that we saw that looked really slippery.
Yeah, I mean, the big thing is it was dry going into these fresh tests, so that made a big difference from day 1 where we saw all the rain. But it was still slick. I mean, there was some video of guys coming through in just one corner in particular, and the traction looked perfect to me on video. I mean, and we saw, half dozen guys slide out in the same corner, basically the same way. So it is definitely slippery out there.
For sure. We had some more of these, more teammates of different teams coming into the top scores on the special tests. Particularly Leo Joyon from France. He was 3rd on 2 tests today. So another young racer coming in to push those junior world trophy guys up. And man, like the competition out there is starting to spread out a little bit when Joseph Garcia just doesn't win every test.
Yeah, I mean, you can see the Italians were really strong today. I mean, we have, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Italians in the top 10. So, including some of their junior riders. So, they're definitely on their home turf and starting to separate themselves in the team competition.
For sure. And I think it's worth noting that that's, again, the reason why they are leading the overall world trophy classification. Italy is on top of it. They had about a 2-minute or so gap yesterday. Today, they doubled that. Now they're 4 minutes ahead in the world trophy classification over Team France. And then the spot for second's getting really tight between France and Sweden. Those two are only separated by about 37 seconds. So this podium is really tight for world trophy. Team Spain still hanging on there. They're about 3 minutes back behind Sweden in 4th. And then the U.S. kind of had the same run of luck, I guess, today. They kind of hung in there. They didn't lose a ton more time. They're about 8 minutes out of the lead. So it just kind of keeps going a tough way for Team USA.
Yeah. Not a spectacular day for Team USA. They, they held it together, kind of did damage control, but it sounds like we've had some illness, some injury, a few things going around that's kind of knocked the momentum off of Team USA. So hopefully they can kind of regroup and finish out the week strong and possibly move up in the general.
Yeah, it's not that far to the podium. I mean, they're 3.5 minutes out of the podium for 3rd place. As we've mentioned a few times before, Taylor yesterday on the show, Taylor Robert was really great at bringing this up, that, everybody thought, Juha Salmon had the 2008 ISD wrapped up overall and his bike just quit on the last moto. And that just, torpedoes your team. So any of these things can happen at any time. So the race isn't over for sure. But I think another thing Taylor was really great about yesterday was talking about momentum and trying to keep that morale up in the team. And I'm sure it's tough going there in the Team USA ISDE tent.
Yeah, I think, Josh Toth in particular was sick yesterday. He had some kind of food poisoning or virus or something. And then it looks like he went down in a test today and kind of banged his arm up. So he's struggling a bit. I think Dante was the top finishing American today, and I think he finished 10th in the general overall. So,
Yeah.
Like Taylor said yesterday, not having your top guys inside the top 10 is not going to get you there.
Definitely. We actually have a video clip of Mr. Toth from Auntie, the team manager, as he's getting bandaged up here. We're going to play that right now so we can get a little insight into, the struggles that Team USA is going through. And you can kind of see it on Josh's face that he wasn't feeling well still from some illness that he had yesterday. So here's Josh in the pits getting stitched up, actually.
Josh Toth here, ISDE, Italy. Just an update. Kind of a tough day today. Starting to feel better. Yesterday I had some stomach issues. I don't know if it was food related or just a virus, but pretty much wiped me out. I couldn't keep anything down. Had a little tip over today and the last test, and have to get some stitches here, but yeah, it's been a rough week. I banged up my leg halfway through day one. Was kind of limping that out, and then was excited to give it a good effort day two, but then just got hit with some kind of virus or food poisoning. So finally coming around and feeling like myself a little bit.
It's good to hear from Josh from the medic tent there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's in the medic tent, but he does seem to be a little more confident going into the last half of this race. But man, it's hard to make up those days.
And looking at the weather report coming up this week, tomorrow looks like it's going to be okay, but Thursday, day 5 looks pretty rough when we look at the weather. And according to my weather app, it was looking at about 2.5 inches of rain on Friday. Whoa. So basically raining all day long. Thursday. It's Thursday, day 5. So that's going to make things interesting. And I think, at that point, anything can happen, right? It's anybody's game.
For sure. The first day that was sloppy and wet, we saw the best enduro rider in the world go over the handlebars.
Yep.
and a lot of other people too. So yeah, that can really throw things for a loop. I didn't even think about looking at the weather yet. So thanks, Quinn, for being on the outlook for that.
Yeah. I think it's going to be grim. I heard from some of the guys in the pits there that they're kind of bracing for impact here on this one.
Oh man.
But I think speaking of that, we should try to get one of our guys from inside the bivouac, somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. The Mark for May, not Big Mac. We're not doing the Dakar podcast here. So
speaking of which, we just got done talking about this. This is a little harder to cover than Dakar Rally for a reason, I guess. Like the timing and stuff's great from the FIM. The results come in about literally like 15 minutes, official results before we start the show. And everybody on the ground out there is trying to give us stuff, but obviously they're busy. It's 9:00 at night.
Yep.
9:30, they're going to dinner, but there's so much going on here with all the different club teams, women's team. And then junior team, you want to put them all together and see how everybody's ranking. And it's just, it's like a spreadsheet in Olympics.
And the other thing is the competitiveness of this event. You don't really realize, we were looking at the results here and, within the top 20 here, there's 16 guys that are basically within a minute of each other after 38 minutes of racing today. So you see there's, 16 dudes that are that close together. And at Dakar, we see a lot bigger spreads and, things kind of tend to settle in.
Yeah.
This is a lot more competitive for sure. And multiple guys are finishing on the same second in these tests.
Yeah. I think Taylor Robert sent us a message early this morning saying that P8 through P13, and, I took me a while to dig it up, but they were only separated by 3 seconds today.
Yeah.
Which is incredibly tight. And then test 6 alone, and you can get into the tests and start analyzing the test times on the test. And test 6, P6 through P11 on that test, we're on the same second.
Yeah.
So it's tenths or hundredths of a second difference
to get in or out of the top 10.
To get in, or even into the top 5 if you're in the top 10. That's the gap to 5th. It's the same second.
Yeah.
that's bonkers. But we're going to cold call somebody who I think he'll appreciate it.
Yeah, we need to get, again, somebody who knows what they're talking about on the show, because
Absolutely.
Jesse and I just sitting here speculating every day is probably pretty boring for you guys.
No, we're not speculating. We know what we're talking about for sure. So we're just going to call Antti Kallinen, team manager for USA, and see what he has to say.
Let's give it a go.
Come on, Antti, you can do it. He didn't answer yet. We'll give him another shot in a minute. Okay, we're going to give Antti a little time to call us back, but let's get into the junior classification, junior world trophy classification. These guys are really setting the pace. We consistently see the riders in the junior class jumping into the top, 3, even, top 2, winning some tests. Quinn, how are we doing on these boys?
So, I mean, the juniors, once again, the Italians are kind of kicking everybody's butt in the junior class. The results look very similar to the World Trophy. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, it's their home turf, and, they know a lot of these tests and a lot of these tracks they're riding on. Today, I would say, we had the two Italians in the top of the bunch, and then Gus Reardon, GNCC racer, Australian, was third best junior today.
That's
so
cool.
Pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
And then, unfortunately on the American side, it looks like Grant Davis dropped back a little bit. So I think he finished 27th overall on the day, and which would put him, I don't know, just inside the top 10 in the junior division. So
yeah,
I don't know if he had a problem today or struggled in one test or multiple tests, but it looks like he was just kind of, maybe a little flat today.
So what I think is cool and interesting about the junior classification, not only that how rad these guys are riding, in the overall classification, but how tight the team is for junior world trophy, the podium, even, the top 4, top 5. Oh, Antti's calling us.
Oh yeah. Here we go.
The boss is here, everybody. We got him on the phone. Thank you so much for calling us, Antti. I'm so glad you're here.
No problem.
How are you feeling today?
Well, I'm feeling okay. It's been a long 3 days, but I think the teams are feeling a little bit more than I am.
For sure. You sent us that video of Josh today looking a little beat up and actually getting some medical attention in the Parc Fermé there. And he had an illness, and your caption on that was basically just like tough for the guys to get like some speed as a team. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? And what do you think is kind of holding them back out there?
Man, it's so, it's not one thing. I think it's a little bit of everything, but I think the racing is so tough this year. Like it's there. Everyone is going fast, and I think our team is lacking a little bit of confidence. It's not like in one place we lose a bunch of time. It's just that you can see in entering the corners, like we need a little bit more speed. Like it's just it's tough to try to like make up all of a sudden. Like, hey, you gotta be 2-3 seconds faster. It's not like a snap of fingers and you have that. And but we're trying everything we can. I think the team is in good spirits. The trophy and juniors, they're trying. It's not a lack of trying. It's just everyone has stepped up this year, and the conditions have been I think good for everyone. So there's no any separation there. We had a first day was a little wet and rainy, and the last 2 days has been good. We got some new tests today. We thought that it'll be a good change for us, and maybe a turn of a page and get a little restart. But didn't turn out that way quite with the trophy and juniors. We've been also dealing with, like you mentioned, like Josh told, man, he can't catch a break. First he hurt his leg with this I think the old injury on the rod in the leg, and it's still swollen and bothering and can't put weight on it. After that, he got ill the next day, so couldn't keep anything in, couldn't eat, couldn't drink, just still kind of pushed through that second day, and then today he got a little gouge on the on the forearm and had I think like 6 double stitches or 12 stitches on the elbow just to stitch that up, and it just one after another.
Yeah.
But we're trying our best. Sani also has a little bit of lingering hand injury.
Mm-hmm.
It really it's bothering him a little bit, but it's just gotta push through. I mean, Cody Barnes and Dante are doing like they're healthy. They're doing okay, but we just gotta. It's kind of set the tone already. We're halfway through now. The gaps are established, kind of the positions are established, and I think we have a little bit too much inconsistency. Like all our riders are showing great speed, but it's not consistent.
Mm-hmm.
Dante is sometimes top 10, top 5, great test, and then next thing you know, he has a tip over and he finishes 40th.
Yeah.
Same with the other guys. So we just need to get the consistency there, and it's
not easy.
Halfway now, but we can't give up, and we gotta push through. So a little bit same with the juniors as well. Cooper Jones fell ill today, so I don't know what's going around. So he was a little under the weather. Matteo had a good one on test 2 today. He crashed and lost a whole bunch of time. You kind of see his overall time for today is like a minute off.
Yep. And
that really killed the mood right off the bat for the day. But he's going to try to claw his way back in. Grant has been doing well. I think overall he also has some inconsistencies, but he's really pushing hard, and he's up there. So, and little bright side, our women are doing excellent. I mean, they are in the league on their own. So they have like some 20+ minute leads currently. So that's just it's their race to lose at this point. So they just gotta play smart, can't take it too safe. You got to still race and focus. And today we lost a little bit of time today. 2 of our girls, Brandy and Corey, they got crashed and got stuck on test 2. It's a kind of the only enduro technical test.
Mm-hmm.
And they lost a whole bunch of time. Actually, Rachel Goodies passed them both on that test and won that test. So Rachel was riding really well today. She lost the day by like 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, she had a little issue at the final service and picked up a minute penalty.
Oh.
So that's a little bummer. So that sets her down a little bit on timesheets, but she'll bounce back tomorrow. Mm-hmm. And for the team, that 1 minute penalty is really not hurting us. But that's a good reminder. Like, it's not over. You gotta focus, and you gotta really race through the last 3 days until it's done.
Yeah. Speaking of that, I think it looks like there's some weather due for day 5. Are you guys? I'm sure you have your eyes on that. How are we looking coming into the last couple days?
Well, we got rain on the first day and leading up to first day, and some of the tests were like the test 1 on day 1 too. It became underwater, but it drained pretty fast. It's like a gravel pit mine area, mm-hmm. And some talks in the paddock today was that the day 5, which is supposed to rain a lot, there's some really technical. If it rains, technical tests and also transfers, that they might be already planning alternative ways because it could. I mean, there's 600-700 riders, and getting through the test. It might be okay for our riders first time around, but if you got to come through second time, or if you're one of the last ones, it might become impassable. So I think there's already some talks going around that they might need to change the course a little bit, but we don't know that until tonight. Like right now, we just got our course description for tomorrow. That's what we're doing now, kind of doing our timesheets and printing our time cards for riders. So it's usually this time, it's 9-10 o'clock that we get our intel, and now we're preparing for tomorrow. So it's going to be this time tomorrow when we know what are we racing.
Yeah.
Is that how it is every day? You guys are crunching numbers and getting all the organization done 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night, and then trying to get ready to go bright and early 6 in the morning is when you're up and at 'em, getting out there and getting prepared?
Yeah, it's usually this time the organizer releases the official results and the starting order about this time. Yesterday it was a little earlier, today it was later.
Yeah.
It really depends on how long their jury meeting goes. If there's a lot of issues and changes and whatever, then they post the results later. So we just got them now. So we have the AMA crew is there doing our time cards and printing everything. And I'm here doing kind of our chase plan and how to work. They also changed some of the one service area is different place than what it was posted all week. So we have to kind of change our plan there and get our crews in the right place. So it's just got to kind of go with the flow and always adjust as we go.
Lots of moving parts going on, man. That's a task to run that whole operation for sure.
Yeah. Even when it's going smoothly, it seems like it's a logistical masterpiece.
Yeah. And somehow like there's this is a beautiful place, like this whole mountain area here in northern Italy, but a lot of changes. Like, tests were supposed to be there. Now it's in a different location when we arrived, and then test start is in a different place than the end. Like a lot of kind of out of ordinary things here this year, but we're adjusting. It's same for everyone. I mean, it's just nothing more than just gotta kind of put your head down and just go with the flow and adjust as we go.
Can you talk really quick? I know you're busy, but about some of the club team riders that are stepping up in the USA. I know Thorne's been riding really well, and a couple of the other teams are cranking it up there. And the US is really well represented in the club teams. I think they're doing great. Talk about the club posse.
Yes, and actually I gotta give props to there's many first timers that are actually up in the ranks this year. So Thorne has been the 6 days before, but then there's some first timers that are up there and they're doing excellent. Like there's I think couple of the Italian teams that are up front. Those are professional racers that didn't make their trophy team or whatnot, and or former professional racers. So there's they have couple really strong cup teams. So it's those are our main competition in the cup division, but we're still doing great. I mean, all our teams are actually ranking really high and good. So that's good to see. There's a lot of this year our team seems to be really nicely stacked, that they're all competitive and up front there. So definitely good to see that, and especially the newcomers all doing well.
It's all about feeding the next generation of junior world trophy and world trophy team, right?
Yeah, that's it. There could be one or two there that in a year or two they will be in a junior and trophy team. So definitely that's the right step, for anyone. I mean, many of the current trophy team and junior riders came through club team as well. There's no, you can't study, you can't understand this. It's always easier if you learn it through the club team and do the mistakes there, and then it's less pressure on you when you actually get the opportunity to be in a junior or trophy team. So
awesome.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah. Well,
guys, thank you, Andrea. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy busy evening there to help us out. That's huge. And
Yeah, no worries.
we may check in with you for some intel tomorrow, at least over text, to find out what's changing, what's in flux for day 5.
Yeah, we gotta see what we need to feed the trophy guys tomorrow morning to get them going. But it's we won't give up. That's for sure. They're all in good spirits, but we just gotta. It's tough. I mean, it's. I didn't expect it to be this tough, and I mean, Italy is up there, but there's Sweden has a good team. Spain, France. So we're really battling. There's actually 6 teams this year that are they're all being contention to the podium at some point, and now we find ourselves actually with the trophy team in 5th and juniors in 4th. So I think our goals, a little bit midweek goals, has changed. Like podium is something that is still realistic. Still, 2 full days of racing, and it's supposed to, the terrain and test are supposed to get more technical. So we'll see if that plays to our benefit, and we'll see what the rain does, and it can throw a wrench in everyone's plans, and hopefully it'll be a good one for us, but we don't know. We don't know until we get there. So,
all right. Thank you, Auntie.
Good.
We'll talk to you later. Have a good night.
All right.
Thanks, Auntie.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye now.
Great to hear from him. Thanks, man.
Awesome stuff from Team USA manager.
Straight from the general's mouth. You're not going to get more information than that. And,
Nope.
You can tell it. You can tell that, he's even a little surprised at how maybe, competitive every team is putting up their racers and how consistent they're being. And when you have a little bit of inconsistency on your team, man, it just drops your result.
Yeah. The depth of the field here is just, you have these top guys, and of course Italy is just pushing so hard, right? It's on their home turf.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a rivalry there with France. So they're pushing hard, but like he said, anything can happen, especially with weather coming in. Things can go our way. They could go. We have a bad break. You just don't know.
It's pretty wild to hear about that final test with the women's getting stuck in the test, and then actually getting passed by their teammate who started behind them. And Rachel's day, like awesome day, epic day, and then just like barely missing out and then getting a penalty, just insult to injury.
I mean, that's a real thing. When I did 6 days, way back, there was a day where it rained. I think it was the 5th day as well. And it rained so bad that there was bottlenecks in the tests. And
wow.
I mean, I was stopped in a couple of tests, just like trying to move bikes out of the way to clear a path to get through. And you're just ticking. Bleeding time. Yeah. And I mean, everybody's kind of in the same boat, but still it can happen. Everything goes out the window when it gets really slick.
Wow. Well, there's some guys out there that just seem to be immune to it, but they're on it. Like Taylor alluded to yesterday, when you're on it, you're on it. And you got to kind of keep that momentum going as a team or even an individual, and not let those pitfalls grab you out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's where it helps to be running up front, and you're kind of at the front of the pack and you're first one into the test, like Garcia and some of the top 10 guys is, you have possibly a little bit of an advantage to get in there first. Nobody can disrupt your flow, but at the same time, maybe the test isn't broken in. So yeah, you just don't know.
Don't know. It's a wild world out there at 6 days.
So we talked a little bit about club teams, and actually our club guys are looking pretty good. I want to say that the team Rabaconda is running, I believe, second after day 3. So I think they went ahead and passed up one of the Italian teams. So they're only 3.5 or so minutes out of the lead. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, the Team Rabaconda team, Jojo Cunningham, Thorne Devlin, Cole Whitmer came up, and they got a little gap now on 3rd place, that BBM Racing Time, the other Italian team, like Auntie alluded to, very good racers from Italy. So they're almost a minute ahead of 3rd place. And then the rest of the U.S. club teams are right there behind him. The Missouri Mudders in fourth, good team with a bad name. We love those guys. They're in fifth. Yep. And then the Mojo SXS team that we talked to Zane Roberts yesterday really quickly, they're in sixth place. Then XC Gears in seventh place. So really the U.S. has, I guess you would say, the mass in this club team in the top 10. Like,
I mean, five of the top 10 basically are U.S. teams in the club category. So that's really cool to see. It's a strong kind of 6 days, I guess, grassroots following that we have going on.
Yeah, a lot of momentum here in the U.S. for 6 days, and I hope that it continues so we can, keep these club guys moving through the ranks, like Auntie said, and get them up there. But it's great to see all these, GNCC and National Air and Hound racers and NGPC guys, or even hard enduro racers, like coming in together to this race and all getting in the top 10.
And, I mean, I would say most of all of these guys are funding it themselves. They're selling T-shirts, they're doing fundraisers. Definitely. This is all grassroots, and it's not like they have it paid for like maybe the trophy team guys do and stuff. Right. So it's a lot of work to get there for them, and it's kind of a bucket list thing, and it's something that I think, guys have a dream that they want to go do 6 days. And at least that's the way it was for me. It was like, that was a bucket list thing. And so it's cool to see so many of these guys continuing to keep it going. Yeah.
And you can follow all these guys on Instagram, or on social media or on their websites. And a lot of them are still doing fundraisers. I think Landers is giving away a bike from the Landers dealership that, handles all of, Chase Landers is on the team of the Missouri Mudders. I know that Mojo Motorsport and SXS, they had some cool fundraisers. They even had like a ride day fundraiser where they just invited a whole bunch of people to come out and ride. So it's a really grassroots thing that, listeners and fans of the sport can support. And I think it's important to do, because this is how you get that first step to 6 days glory for the United States.
That's right. Keep it going.
Keeping it going. It was a great day and crazy and hectic and a lot of information out there, but I think we covered most of it.
I think so. I think we did
a lot of it.
Decent.
It was great to hear from Auntie. Thank you so much again for calling in and for sending us that Josh Toth interview. Oh, something I wanted to talk about really quick was how many different bikes are out there. Like the Team Rabaconda has a Honda, Yamaha, and a gas on it, which is cool.
Yeah.
It used to be only, the orange bikes were out here.
Right.
But now with more of these teams coming in, Missouri Mudders, you got a KTM, a Cowie, and a gas. Good team, bad name, Cowie, KTM, gas. It's kind of cool to see some of these new teams that are getting different bikes to get in here and mix it up.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of manufacturers that, we don't see in the US very often, and so it's kind of neat to see some of these TMs and, I think there's even some, what is that? The VOR or something like this, there's some, there's a lot more manufacturers out there, and we see Triumph now in there.
Yeah.
Sherco, Honda's actually pretty strong in Europe. So it's not really known as an enduro brand here in North America, but they seem to be there. Fantic as well. So
Fantic, and the Reju, the new Reju from Spain, is well represented out there. That's what Rachel Goodish is racing, and it's seems to like show a bit of the health of enduro sport, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely.
Bright spot for the U.S. and kind of a bright spot for ISD in general is women's teams again here. Got a little shakeup today, as Auntie alluded to. Danielle McDonald from Australia got to creep in there, and she took the women's class win today over Rachel Goodish on scratch without the penalty. She already beat her by a few seconds on without the penalty. But big news is Brandy Richard didn't win every test.
Yeah.
For the first time in like 3 ISDs. She hasn't won every test in a day.
That's a new thing. I mean, Brandy's coming off an injury, and of course we have I would say our women have a good 20-minute lead in the team classification. So I could see, aside from that, what we heard of her getting stuck in one of the tests and kind of caught in a bottleneck, I think maybe she's, being a little more conservative to preserve that overall victory.
If I know one thing about Brandy Richards, it's not conservative. She seems to go one speed.
Yeah.
And it's really fast.
That's cool. Well, it's cool to see, the women doing so well at this event. I mean, this is a tough event for for most men. And, you see they're up there in the overall too. They're, Brandy, she runs inside the top 100 overall.
Yeah.
Which is really impressive for sure.
For sure. And dude, talk about grueling.
Yeah.
Grueling sport for sure. Lots of sprint speed, lots of dialing stuff in, and lots to absorb every day to try to get better the next day. And
we have a new loop tomorrow. So they're basically put out a new track map for day 4. It looks like maybe a couple of the same tests or tests in a similar area as to the past 2 days, but it seems like the transfers and a lot of this stuff is pretty fresh. So you'll have day 4 and 5 be on the same track,
but a little more new scenery and not as many repeated tests. So more slipperiness, maybe more having to pick that perfect line than not having it laid out in front of you.
We'll see. Yeah, it may deteriorate a little bit tomorrow and then possibly get flooded on Thursday. And
All right. Stay tuned for the flood apocalypse predictions coming tomorrow after we get closer to the rainy Thursday prediction. And man, it's going to be exciting to watch the results come in tomorrow morning again to see how the Team USA does. And also like these podium positions, like Auntie was saying, podium's not out of the target for Team USA sitting in, 5th and 4th place. But the other teams are only separated by seconds in there. So that position for second place is going to be just as exciting to watch.
Yeah, and all it takes is for one of these guys to go out on one of these top teams.
Yeah.
And it can really throw a wrench in the whole thing. So
for sure. All right. Stay tuned, everybody, to tomorrow's show from day 4 of the ISDE as we officially get over the halfway mark and into the second half of this race.
All right.
Thanks, everybody.